we were talking before we jumped on, and I know Lil Tjay was, I think, claiming to be the king of New York City, but taking some shots at 6ix9ine as well as A Boogie. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes. Curiously, Lil Tjay was only doing this as he's promoting a new mixtape, State of Emergency, which is out now. But yeah, Lil Tjay getting a little out of pocket, sending some shots about his status in the game, in the New York rap game. I thought that was just kind of funny. And he started having some back and forths with Don Q, another New York rapper who's like A Boogie's right hand man. And 6ix9ine has not commented on as far as I know, but yeah, kind of interesting. But Lil Tjay, we just talked about him. I think he had a really strong feature collab with 5 Foreign on Ambition. Really liked that track. He also was really good on Mannequin with Pop Smoke on Meet the Woo 2. And in general, just been a really rising quite fast. Similar sound to A Boogie. Definitely will make XXL freshman this year. But yeah, the State of Emergency project, hot off the October release of his debut album, True to Myself. It's a pretty quick turnaround. But yeah, this is not the project you're supposed to release after calling yourself the king of New York. I think that is abundantly clear. So did you agree? Did this do anything for you?
Dave, when I first log in, especially to these albums that I'm listening to talk about on the pod, but maybe I wouldn't normally be listening to, I usually check to see, okay, what am I getting myself in for? Is this a quick project? Am I in for a long Drake-like marathon?
Cost benefit analysis.
Yeah, and I saw 7 songs, 22 minutes on the Spotify app, and I was like, ooh, quick listen, right up my alley. By the middle of the album, I think it was about song 4, I could not believe I still had 3 more songs to go. I found this to be incredibly disappointing because I think the couple of tracks I've heard with Lil Tjay, he usually brings it, and I'm impressed with him. And this was just dull. I found a lot of it very samey, except for maybe the track with Pop Smoke, which seemed like an obvious attempt at catching some of that this drill hype right now.
Yep.
But otherwise, man, I mean, I guess My City jumps out as a track that is a bit more engaging, but overall it's oof, tough stuff. And the thing is, he carries what one song on this by himself. The rest are all collabs with other people. Mm-hmm. Not usually a good sign for a young artist to not be putting stuff out on their own, especially, I mean, maybe the singles are collaborations, and that's understandable. You get more fans who like individual artists hearing these other songs, but on an album or a mixtape, not hearing more songs that are just him is a little bit worrisome. You didn't like it either, so what didn't you like about it?
Yeah, I mean, to his credit, the last album from last year was primarily him solo. But yeah, TJ does not make a strong impression on this at all. I think the biggest moments are the obvious Pop Smoke feature, which I think Zoo York in general is a very disappointing track. I thought 5 was pretty underwhelming on it as well. Pop Smoke, I mean, that was a great feature to unearth. I thought that sounded great. That made that hit. And then Chef G, another Brooklyn drill artist, I thought he was hard as fuck on Wet 'Em Up Part 2. But yeah, City on My Back and My City, those are good in the sense that that's TJ sticking to what we expect from him with that auto crooner sound. Mm-hmm. All the other stuff, I mean, yeah, I don't know if we want to hear him on Axel Beats and literally trying to make a drill track. And again, like I said, he's made songs with 5 on Pop Smoke before. It's not that he hasn't dipped his toe into the other side of the city, but this just seemed kind of shallow this time around. And overall, I thought it was pretty underwhelming, pretty forgettable. And I think it's just kind of funny to hear TJ at 19 calling himself the king of New York, because it's just really obnoxious claim, honestly. And I don't know how serious he really takes it in his heart of hearts, but the energy he was bringing online, saying it, it seemed like he was into it. But yeah, it's kind of nonsense.
I don't hate him being bombastic and egotistic, showing a huge ego like that. But yeah, definitely to back it up in this way is kind of embarrassing, I'd say. That's actually an interesting question. Who would you say does have that king of New York rap right now for you?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on how you define it, right? Like, is it in terms of heat right now, overall accomplishments? Because Jay-Z is like
Right.
the true king, right?
Hmm.
And then there's lots of other OGs like 50 Cent, Fab, that count in that regard too. Fat Joe. Nicki is weird because she's never really like been identified as a New York
Yeah.
artist, but she's still really hot and still at the top of the game. So I always find it weird that we don't just default to her. To me, it's still ASAP Rocky.
Mm.
Um, and I feel like he almost is getting underappreciated now. But it's been ASAP Rocky for me for a while. I think the like critics' choice would be like Joey Badass, but Joey isn't quite as mainstream at the top like ASAP is. So I think I'll go with Rocky. A lot of other people would say A Boogie is quote the hottest right now. Um, for me, maybe if A Boogie really keeps his run going, he's expressed interest in slowing down his output and taking a step back from his, whirlwind career at this point. So maybe it depends, but A Boogie's probably doing the biggest numbers of anyone apart from 6ix9ine. But I feel like we kind of have to disqualify him if nobody in New York fucking like respects him. Like you just don't count. Like you don't actually rep
Yeah.
New York. And it's funny if Pop Smoke didn't die, I feel like he was like the default choice because he
Mm.
had universal approval and was already, getting bigger than New York itself. So, yeah, for
Yeah.
me, it's still ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, wait. The first person that came to mind for me actually was Joey, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But ASAP, I think it makes a logical sense, especially if you take out the OGs, like you said. Yeah, and it's kind of crazy that Pop Smoke was right there
Right.
at such a young age. True, huge loss.